So it's June. We're almost halfway through the year and a lot has already happened in 2020. We had to take on the challenge of COVID-19 coming into our community. We had to develop protocols in order to protect ourselves against it. We had to restart our operations to return to work safely. The entire country watched George Floyd die on the streets of Minneapolis. It, if you will, was the straw that broke the proverbial camel's back and ignited our country into a protest, a debate, maybe even an argument around where we stand with inclusion. The fact of the matter is, you have to call right, and wrong, wrong. We still have the challenge of racism, discrimination, inequality, and injustices in our society that has to be dealt with. As one of my colleagues used to say, what dwells or lives out there ultimately shows up in here. And so we can't run from it or hide from it. And matter of fact, we choose to lean in and confront. I want to commend Mary Barr and the leadership team for taking a clear and urgent stance. We do not tolerate, accept, or allow injustice, inequality, discrimination, racism, anything short of an inclusive environment inside of General Motors. When she put the letter together and put it out that weekend, I actually responded to Mary with an email myself and say, thank you for standing up with such clarity, unambiguous position against discrimination. And I went on to say why it was personal to me. I am a father that has 4 sons. I have 10 nephews. We've had too many conversations about the safety protocol to get home safely after a police encounter. I'm not sure how many of you have had those kinds of conversations. They always end up in tears. They always end up in emotions. It always ends up with questions of why. The protocol, what do you say? Well, the protocol is something like this. You pull your car over. You stick your hands outside the car so there's no mistake of where your hands are at or what they're doing. Every move you make, you ask permission of the officer. My registration is in my glove compartment. Can I reach for my registration now? I'm now reaching for my wallet. You have to do that because the most important thing is for you to get home safely. That's a tough conversation to have. But you have to have it. Just like you would have a conversation about drinking and not driving, because you want your son, your daughter to come home safely. So it's personal for me, but it's not about me. This is just one of many stories that are out there. And the stories come from all sorts of places and the experiences are different, but one thing is common. These times and what we're experiencing right now and what you see every night on the news affects how we feel. And the feelings range from frustration to uncertainty to why now, why me, what's next, what do we do? All valid questions and all valid feelings. Part of what we're doing, of course, at General Motors, we announced we're putting together an inclusion advisory board that Mary Barr is going to lead up. I'm a participant on that board as well. We're going to get information and insights from all over, from employees, from outside concerns, from government officials, wherever we can to get understanding of what can be done, what should be done, and what's our part. That's a good start, but it's just a start. We also committed funds because we know that it will take money to make a difference in society and to make a difference inside our own 4 walls. Probably not enough either. So we're on this journey, and I want to invite you to take the journey with us. We have to create an environment that's inclusive inside of General Motors. And then each of us have to determine what our role will be to make sure that same inclusiveness exists outside of General Motors. Inside, it can be uncomfortable. These topics can be difficult to talk about. You don't know what to say, you don't know when to say, you're not sure if you say anything, how it will be taken. Or if you say nothing, how it will be taken. As a black man working for General Motors, let me assure you, everyone, every black member of our employment is feeling something right now, unequivocally. What I would ask, and what I think we all might ask, is not to be silent. Have a conversation, even if it's awkward. Start the conversation. If you are in a meeting and one of your colleagues happens to be African American, trust me, he's feeling something, she's feeling something. If you are sitting at lunch or if you are just having a conversation passing in the hallway, know that he's feeling something and she's feeling something. There's a movie that came out about 10 years ago called Avatar. You might recall it. One of the lines that kind of stuck after the movie is the line that goes, "I see you." And in the movie, it's just a recognition that I don't just pass you by. I don't ignore the fact that you're real, that you're human, that you have feelings. I see you. So if you don't know what else to say, let me encourage you, just look at them and say, "I see you." See where that goes. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's acknowledging, it's real. We have to have these kinds of conversations because through those conversations, we'll gain understanding, and through understanding, we'll have better dialogues, and through better dialogues, we'll be able to chart a course that's going to help us take our future as a company and our society forward. Let's be clear. Intolerance, discrimination, inequality, racism, injustice has no home here, and we want to do our part to make sure it has no home in our society or community either. Thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for listening.